Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm here at Apex 2018 and I'm joined by Tetsuya and Tom from Fuji. Thanks for joining me, guys. Always lots going on with you guys in terms of new development, but before we get to that, can you just give me an overview of what's happening in the market from a global point of view, and then we'll dive down into the American market.
Okay, the global market has been quite good in the last almost 1.5 years for us. Region-wise, of course, North America, China, Southeast Asia, Europe has been very, very active. Now we see the pickup in the Indian market. It's really coming. We see it. We have stepped over there quite long time, but now we've been waiting for this moment. Now it's really coming.
Okay.
And areas which has been a bit slow in South America, but we see the sign that it's finally comes back, and we are quite happy. Yeah.
And the Indian market specifically, why do you think it's finally time for the Indian market to take off?
Now this government changes. This drives everyone feel safe. They changed the policies. This makes all the customer moves, so we have to act now.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's great. I mean, politics does play a role, but when I look at what we need from politics, it's stability, isn't it? It's that confidence to invest going forward. Tom, when you look specifically at the US market, what are you seeing here in terms of demand, and what's kind of challenging people?
Well, I think some of the challenges, we're still seeing a lot of growth in Mexico, of course. We're seeing that market continue to be very, very strong. I think the challenge here is we've got a lot of customers that are still a little apprehensive about investing in some of the new opportunities. We are seeing a lot of new activity. We're seeing a lot of different kind of realignment, if you will. We're seeing customers that have maybe held off a little bit in the U.S. in the past are investing in the U.S., maybe on a lower level, maybe on an NPI or prototype level, but they are indeed investing here in the U.S., so we're seeing a bright spot there. But again, Mexico is still driving a lot of the higher volume, the higher mixed production, and that's very strong for Fuji, and primarily in the automotive business. It continues to stay very, very strong for us. Some of the other markets, the large EMS companies, of course, are still staying strong, but that's a lot of diversification, and I think they're in the same boat. They're making sure that their U.S. Roots are still in place, if you will, and they're making sure that they continue to have a presence here. So
yeah, and that's a strong presence, isn't it? And they're using techniques like automation and Industry 4.0, smart factory, to actually make them more competitive in their home markets. You must be seeing quite a lot of demand for that. What's Fuji's position in that at the moment?
Well, we're full speed ahead in smart factory. We've got customers, using Smart Factory now, of course. Fuji is one of the leading players in Smart Factory when it comes to machine-to-machine communication and everything we're doing in the big picture and the big data picture. We're staying strong there, and we're keeping up, if not leading, in many areas, of course, in that part of the industry. But of course, right now, concern is about the new standards and what's going to happen. We're going to be there. We're going to be there to interface with the new standards if the new standards indeed come to light. Yeah. But certainly it's full speed ahead for us, and I know we can say the same thing in Japan as well.
Yeah, and when you look at those standards, you're going to make it work whichever standard it is anyway, because you have that ability to do that. When you look at the global picture with respect to Smart Factory, is there much variation, or are there requirements fairly consistent all around the world?
I believe still a lot of customers, let's say, they are looking at the solutions if their solutions bring them the real benefit to it. And this year we must prove it. And the interest is the same for any place. They like to save the cost, they like to improve the quality and so on. So the focus or direction must be, or target must be the same. But we need to prove from our solutions what real benefit is. Yeah. I think that's what it is.
And I think it is that. It's return on investment, it's key performance indicators. And we've talked about this before, Tom, but everything else, standards, all those things are the building blocks, the digital building blocks that allow you to do a better job and make your customers do a better job. That's important everywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, and new products. What have you bought new to the U.S. market at this
we're spending a great deal of time not only advancing the current technologies and obviously very small component advancements and making sure that quality is key as we develop our future products, but a big emphasis this last few years has been on the back-end automation as well. Smart Factory is only as good as the rest of the factory, right? So as we're trying to make sure we automate everywhere we possibly can, the back-end automation is the key to that. So, different types of robots and different types of mixed technology products are really where we've had to spend some time developing as well. Some may say in the insertion business that you're going backwards, but if you don't have the whole package going forward, you're not going to be able to automate some of the other areas of the factory. So it's been a big emphasis for us.
Yeah, and that's true everywhere, isn't it? It's that connecting that digital thread, not just throughout all the processes, but throughout the whole supply chain. So as a kind of vertically integrated company, you've got a lot to offer in that area.
Yeah, we try to,
Yeah.
but it's not so easy.
Yeah.
So we need a cooperation from the customer side to automate something,
Yeah.
and it takes time.
Yeah.
We know it, so but we keep focusing on these areas.
Yeah, and you find those projects that can return value, and you deliver on those. Thanks very much for stopping by to chat, guys. Always a pleasure. Always lots of new innovation from you guys, and always lots to talk about. Thank you.
Thank you.